Hey, welcome back to this channel. Hey, let's fire up a third domain controller. I'm gonna start it off as a just a regular server and not convert it up to a domain controller. And the goal is to create a server and then join it, the domain, join it to the domain, and then join it to the cluster, and then we'll go from there. But I'm gonna see if I can get this done in less than 15 minutes because it's not too fast. I'm gonna show what I'm gonna do here. So here is what I want to accomplish today. These two exist: DC1, DC2. I'm gonna do DC3, and I'm gonna probably assign 30, 34, 35. I'm gonna see what IPs open. Assign that static IP, and then I'm gonna point the DNS back to my primary DC. So it'll be the DNS will be pointed to 36, and then of course to the DNS back to the host. But this is the goal, and then it's gonna look something like. I'm gonna show you my diagram here just to get a little view, a bird's eye view, something like this. Let's see. Yep, something like this. So it's gonna do be clustering, but this third one's coming into the picture, and that's the whole goal. All right, let's get started. Let's fire it up, and then as I go, I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. Virtual system, of course, it's on my host. Oh, let me just introduce another thing here. I'm gonna before I even start my the server. You gotta make sure you have enough resources, of course, right? Because you cannot just fire one up if you don't know that how good are your resources on your server, right? Otherwise, it's just gonna crash. So I opened up as my previous videos. What I do is I use Windows Admin to monitor and to administer all my servers here and at work, in my lab and at work. The whole thing is to emulate my work environment. So this server, this is one host, and I can see all my virtual systems here. I'm gonna check You see, my host has 64 megs of RAM. 16 is used on all my virtual systems that I have now, and then I have enough RAM. The processor, the processing, the logics. It's a 48 logic gigs here, and it's using less than half, way less than half. So I know I have enough. But another thing here, I have the performance monitor. I did a quick rule here, just to show my CPU and my memory stat live, like on it's active. So this is on. It's gonna show me a graphical version of it to see how the memory and the CPU are going. Sometimes it goes high, but right now it's at 5, almost half. But it's fine because I fired everything up. I tested everything before. And then I can show you how to create these performance monitors on the new one, on another video. But it's very simple. Whoever uses this. So let's go back here. I'm gonna show you. This is my host. These other two are the computers, and these are my virtual systems that I have on the host. I can also show you guys on the Hyper-V Manager, but I use Admin Center for all the tools and logging in really fast. So right now I have DC1, DC2, and I have Linux server running Red Hat core, and mainly I'm using that just for traffic and for. I was gonna do do SQL. I was gonna install SQL on it and just kind of use for data. But right now, let's go ahead and install the new VM. So I'm gonna bring this down. I'm gonna open up Hyper Manager, and then let's go ahead and New virtual machine. Once I get my second host, I want to be transferring, migrating systems back and forth. But that's in the future. Hopefully, I get my new host coming soon. So let's go ahead and let's name this DC3. I'm gonna let it sit on the default, the VM generation 2. Okay, so generation 1 would be like old legacy Linux Linux servers, or like Windows, I don't know, Windows 2000, 2002 or 2008, I don't know. But the new generation is 2. And then memory, let's give it up 4. I don't want to. I'm gonna probably go back right now. So I'm gonna connect this to the external lab. The WAN is where the firewall is. So if you guys have one, you guys can do the default one. It doesn't matter. That's controlled by you, by your environment. It's not controlled by the image or anything like that. So we're gonna leave it at 127. This is default because it's not gonna hit 127. It's gonna hit whatever it needs, whatever it installs, maybe like 10 gigs or less. And then once the OS installs, as I install anything, it keeps expanding until it hits 127. Then I can go back in here and I've never gotten a warning where I have to add more hard drive, but for this, we're gonna leave it default. I'm not gonna install the OS right now. I'm not gonna do any of this right now. I'm just default to everything. I'm gonna throw the ISO after I install the OS. The settings. Here's the settings, an overview. Let's finish creating that image. Okay, we're trying to finish this in 15 minutes. We don't want to. Okay, it's off. We want it off because I'm going to go back and modify it. So it has one hard drive. That's all I need. Actually, I need a DVD. I need a DVD because I'm going to boot it up. I'm going to install it through an ISO. Processor, I'm going to jump this up to 4, just because I want it to run smooth. And then external, I'm not gonna put it on a VLAN right now because I removed my VLANs. I had another video where I showed how to split up my VMs to different VLANs for isolating the network. But let's go ahead and add a device right here. DVD, add. Let's put the image already in there. Let's look for my images. It's gonna find my images it's gonna look for my images on my control rate system here. I have 4 data. You see, I have 4. This is only pointing to one. And they're all RAID 10. I have 4 SATA terabytes. This is where my ISOs are. So let's go ahead and point there. Once it installs and I get going and I test everything, I remove the image and I put it on none, so it doesn't. So that's a best practice. So when the server reboots, it doesn't keep pointing to here, and it takes a little bit longer. All right, let's apply. Let's boot it up. Connect, because I still have to install it. I have to add some roles, features, DNS, static IP. So there's a couple things we have to. And if I see that it's taking a little bit longer, I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, start it up. This is the first thing, the name, because once I prep the server and I join it to the domain, it needs to be good because I want the other domain controllers to see it because it's gonna replicate. So I want to join it, and so it's starting up. Right here, I have to make sure I win the startup so I can boot up to the system. If you know, you know on this. So you know that I turned off my clients just for the purpose of speeding this this process up a little bit. Okay, so I finally put it up to the disks, to ISO. Let's say next, install. I want just straight to install. I'm not going to partition anything. If I want to partition any extra drives, I'll do that later. All right, so let's select data center evaluation. Nope, I want to do the standard evaluation. Recommended this option admits most of the Windows graphic environment. I have enough resources on my server. If you don't have enough resources, you can do the core version where you don't see a lot of, and then you can log into the core with the S config and configure it that way. This is enough. It's already formatted, so I'm gonna pause the video for until this finishes, and then once it finishes, I'll be right back. All right, let's get going. Let's hit OK on this. So after it installed, it asks you to change the password. I think it's that main admin local administrator password. It took took 8 minutes to the whole process, but I paused the video. I unpaused it just for the sake of the time because I'm trying to do the video in under 20 minutes. I'm not trying to take forever. And the configuration is very straightforward. the main thing is the server install, and then the roles that we have to install on the server, and then adding it to the domain. Oh, no way! I must have done the core version. All right. So since it's core, it's okay. We'll still do it. Let's see if it works like that. Okay. Let's see what IP it has. You know what? Workstation. Yeah, exit. Okay. All right, let's go back. Come on, let's do first. Let's change the computer name to. Let's put VC3. I'm not gonna reboot it until I change the static IP. User settings. Restart the server. No, yep, nope. Remote 7. I'm gonna enable remote. Okay. All right. So now let's do. We're not gonna shut down. Let's do folder. Let's config. Seems like same thing. Okay, network settings. Oh, look, I gave it the IP 45. It found that IP, so I'll stick with that 45. It'll register as a static, and I'll be able to use that. Okay, address. So set the network adapter. Static 192.168.1.45. Up to the sub 255. Remember, we're going with /24. Plus 255. The 255. The 255. I'm gonna end up doing a different video to put the 4 DC GUI. The default gateway. So let's point to, what did we say we were going to point to? To DC1. So I'm going to look back at my notes. So 36. So 192.1.36. We can do one. Let's do one. 192.168. That one, that 231. The DNS, let me see. 12. Okay. I'm gonna end up minimizing the resources since it's installed as a core. So let me go back to 8. 1. Let's see, DNS, preferably DNS. Set DNS server. This is an important one because otherwise it won't join to that. I'm gonna have a hard time joining it. Enter a new one. So the 192.1. Keep that in mind that DNS is very important. 36. Especially if you're gonna enter alternative. I'm gonna leave it blank. Okay, so once I have all that, I already have the local. Let's double check. Let's go into the command line. What up? 15. IP config. Okay, good. Okay, IP config. Let's look at the DNS. Where's the DNS? Right here. Right here. Okay, so it's pointing back to the primary server. So let's go back into let's config. All right, so now computer name 2. We already named that. Okay, now let's do 1. So join domain, and my domain name is hyper-v.local. So let's see, join domain D, name hyper-v.local. Soft authentication domain. Okay, domain and user. So that's hyper-v dash administrator. Password. Okay, joining hyper. Then we're gonna log into we'll log into DC1 and check the active the domain controller OU, and then we'll let's see what it says. Computer failed to join domain from current workroom with following message does not exist. Okay, let's see. Let's do enter. Now I'm not gonna be guessing right now. I'm gonna right away going back to my DC1. Just confirm the IP and the DNS and everything, because I don't want to be wasting a lot of time. I'm under the time clock. All right, so we're in here in DC1. IP config. IP config / all. All right. Oh, it's 37. Okay. So you see that? 37. So I made a mistake. I'll fix it right away. So we have to point DNS back to 37. See, this is a good, it turned out to be good because I'm correcting myself at the same time. So I know that the IP address is good, is free. Subnet is good. I want a static. Default gateway, I'm gonna match it up. Yep, 1. So just the DNS. Let's point it back to set DNS. So 192.168. I didn't want to start using the keypad and it just stopped. 192.168.1.37. 37. Enter. Alternative. Let's put the alternative. Let's point it back to the router. 192. We can do. I can do 8.8.8 boot, but let's see. I wanna join into the domain because that's the last thing before. Let's see. Come on, join. Number 1. D. So hyper-v.local, and then this just to confirm this. Let's go here. I have to reboot the server. Look at this work group hyper-v local. Okay, so exactly what it is. Come on. Oh, Hyper-V is probably trying to find it. Name. Name of your domain. Hyper-V. Oh, okay, good. So domain name again. Hyper-V. Maybe I have to put Hyper-V.local, but let me just do it like this. Administrator password. If it doesn't work, I'll do local, because I know it's already pointing to the join. Okay, warning, the change takes effect. Look at this. Successfully joined domain. Good. That's exactly what we want. Yes, you see the difference that DNS, how important it is. So now, if you're doing this in the real world, you don't want to join a server or a server to the domain if you don't have all these steps, because DNS will break. You have an issue. So you want to make sure you put the right name, the IP. You don't want to go back and try to fix it, because it's gonna get on that DNS record. Now with this, what is this? Enter new computer name, DC3. Changing. Okay, restart now. Let's restart it. Now let's go back into our DC1 here and domain controllers. Let's see how fast it reflects right here to show us that it's joined. So we got our clusters. We got DC1, DC2, DC1 being the primary. We know that already. And let's see how fast it gets in here. It has to fall in here. It's not gonna fall. It's not gonna fall like in the where all the defaults come in. It normally comes in here. All right, let's see. Let's go back in here. Okay, so let's. Okay. All right. Refresh. Oh, look at this. If I in DC in the computers. Okay, that makes sense, because it's not a domain yet. It's not a domain controller. It's a server. So it found DC3. Okay, that's good. So we know it. We joined it. So far, this server is not going to be a domain controller. It's going to be just a server. I'll probably just use this for a file server, or I'll think about it. But this was my whole point was going to be to join a domain, to join a server, join it to the domain, and then add it as a domain controller, so that way you can replicate. But what happened was I ended up installing the core version, and I don't want to take the extra steps. I'm pretty sure I can add this as a domain controller, but I'm gonna leave it as this. I'll do the next video with it. Hopefully you guys learned something, because I did. So see you guys in the next one. All right.